Hi everyone, in this video I will talk about the concept of non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling. Okay, the main difference between probability sampling and non-probability sampling is that in non-probability sampling, the probability of each person or each subject being selected are different. Okay, which means that all the subjects or all the people in your population, they don't have the same probability being selected, right? So they're not equal likely to be selected to join your sample. Okay, so each one is different based on the reasons that we're going to discuss below. So there are three types, right? Again, so the probability sampling, we had 4 types. In this case, we have 3 types. So the types here are, the first one is quota, quota samples. Second one, it's our samples of convenience. And then third one is our voluntary response. Okay, voluntary response. Okay, so we're going to talk about each single one of them. So first one, I'll talk about our quota samples. Quota samples. Okay, quota samples, and the definition or the way you sample in quota samples is you're sampling with preconceived quota in mind. Okay, in mind. So you're gonna have a self quota on how many people you want to, or how many people in each type you want to select to be in your sample, right? So everything is preconceived in the researcher's mind or in your mind. So the example that we're interested in California, residents' average income. Okay, we're interested in their income, and then somehow this researcher or this experimenter decides to choose. So this person decided to choose 15 high school graduates. So 15 high school graduates, and then 30 have a college degree, and then 50 have a master degree. Okay. And then based on these people's income, we're gonna get our sample mean, and then we're gonna estimate our population mean, which is the California average income. But what's the problem here? The problem here is the numbers in each group is decided by this researcher. In real life, it's different, right? In real life, the proportions of high school students, college degree students, or high school graduates, college graduates, and master graduates are different. Okay. So the problem is in real life. The proportion might be different, and this is just totally this researcher's opinion, and this just based on researcher's opinion, right? So this is totally his personal opinion to select 15, 30, and 50. Does it involved personal choices? Okay, so this totally involves his personal choices. And now the question is, how does it compare to stratified sample, right? So it kind of similar to stratified sample, where in the stratified sample you have them into groups and then you're going to pick from a certain amount from the groups. But what's different in this case compared to stratified sample? So if we compare to stratified sample, if we compare this stratified sample, in this case we do not make adjustments, right? If you remember, in the stratified sample we make adjustments according to the population proportion. But in this case we just do not make adjustments. Do not make adjustments according to the population. So in this case is the researcher says we are going to do this, then he's going to do this, right? So this number here, that's not based on the population, and you don't make adjustments. Okay, and this is our CODA sample. Next, we're going to talk about our second type, is samples of convenience. Okay, second type is samples of convenience. Okay, samples of convenience. So in this concept, people are in a sample because they're convenient to get, or they're convenient to collect. Okay, so let me just say this: include individuals who are convenient to put in the sample, right? Okay, you just they're convenient. That's why they're in our sample. And let me give you an example. So we're interested in something, right? Interested in this topic that we're gonna set up a survey. So we're gonna set a survey location, somewhere in the street, right? The street, and then we do not ask people with headphones on, right? Okay, so we set up like a booth, on the street, and then we do not ask people with headphones on, because if they have a headphone on, we need to ask them to take it off and ask them questions, just not convenient. Okay, so we're gonna ask people who do not have headphones on. As you can see, this creates a problem. Okay, so the problem in this case is that the probability of getting our sample are different in each case, right? So if you have a headphones on, the probability of you being selected, if we based on this one, is 0, and then if the probability of someone who don't have headphones on is a lot higher because they're going to be asked in our sample. So the problem here again, another problem, is that it involves too much personal choice. Okay, so it's just too much personal choice, right? So this researcher decides that he's not going to ask people with headphones on. There's no reasons why he does that. Maybe he just doesn't want to bother those people with headphones on. But this totally is personal choice. Okay, so this is the sample of so this is samples of convenience. Next, the third type is a volunteer response. Okay, so the third type is a voluntary response. Okay, so voluntary response, it's people in our sample because they agree to attend the survey. Okay, so people are voluntary to answer the survey. Okay, so groups people in the sample because they agree to attend the survey. Okay, right? So we say we set a booth and ask people by survey, and then if we have the voluntary response problem, then the people in our sample is because they volunteer, they want to, or they're interested in this topic. So that's that. The problem we have is often people voluntarily participate in the survey because they're passionate about this topic, because they passionate about the issue. Okay, right? You know, they volunteer to answer the survey because they're passionate about the issues, and then people who are not so passionate about this issue might not answer your survey if you only let them voluntarily give you a response. Okay. And then that links to the problem of bias. So the problem, people have strong interest in the topic might give biased opinion, right? So if they're so strong, they have so strong interest in this issue, this topic, then they're likely not give you, or they're likely to give you a biased opinion because they have their side, right? So they really favor or really against this topic. And because people who in the middle, they're not really interested and they don't care. Well, not they don't care, but they don't care as much to give you the time to do a survey, then your opinions tend to be biased in the voluntary response case. Okay, so these are the three types of non-probability sampling. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in next video.